Hello and welcome back to ECS Coffee. My name is Rebecca and today we are going to be taking a look at the new KitchenAid semi-automatic espresso machine. So this is a new launch from KitchenAid. We actually just started carrying their super automatics as well as the semi-automatic. So today we're going to be taking a look at the semi-automatic. We have it here in the porcelain color. It does come in a few other colors. It comes in a cast iron black, a stainless steel, and then we also carry it in this green juniper color. All of them are really beautiful. We have it today here in the porcelain. So this is a very interesting machine. I have used this machine a handful of times and I've been very impressed with it. There's a few key features that this machine offers that are really fantastic and elevate the brewing experience. So let's take a look at some of those. So one of the things that makes this espresso machine kind of fantastic is the 58mm portafilter. So 58mm portafilter is an industry standard size for a portafilter size. So this is a professional size portafilter. It's going to come with a single shot and a double shot basket. It is a little different in terms of how it's shaped. So it kind of looks like it could be bottomless, but it's not. It does have two spouts here. This will lay totally flat on the counter as well, which does make dosing and tamping your espresso very easy. And it does have a really nice weight to it as well. So heavy portafilter, which I always really like. So that's fantastic. You do get a tamper with the machine as well, so it is a stainless steel base, and then you have a plastic handle. You could update that if you want to do, or upgrade it rather, to something that's maybe calibrated or just something that you maybe prefer, but it's got a okay weight to it. It'll get the job done for sure. Machine will come with a frothing pitcher as well from KitchenAid. It's a really nice size. The grinder that is on board has a fully removable and swappable bean hopper. So you just turn the dial on the top, bean hopper fully comes out, and then you could insert a new one so that you could swap through beans if you wanted to. So if you had people that like different beans in the household, or you wanted one hopper to have decaf or anything like that, that would be really handy for you. Water tank is located just on the back. It's pretty big. It's 2.5 liters. 2 liters is pretty much what we see typically in semi-autos that are kind of this style and size. So 2.5 liter for a water tank is fantastic. This machine will come with a 2-year warranty through KitchenAid, and your price point is going to be around $1,000 Canadian, with promo pricing happening throughout the year as well, of course. Let's have a look at the machine itself and what each button does and how it's kind of laid out and how you're going to operate it. We will be brewing some coffee, of course, in this video. So we're going to brew an espresso and we'll turn it into an Americano, and then we'll make a milk beverage and steam some milk as well. So let's take a look here at the machine. So on the front of the machine here, we have a whole bunch of buttons going on. When I first looked at the machine and I first used it for the first time, I thought like, oh wow, that's kind of maybe a lot, but once you kind of break it down, it's very, very, very simple. So first button here is going to be the power button. So to power the machine on, you'll click that. This big dial here is going to be for your dose. So that's adjusting how much coffee is being ground. So if you need more, you'll need to adjust it up. And if you need less, adjust it down. Going towards the right is going to give you, it's going to be dosing for the double shot. Going towards the left and turning the dial towards the left will be dosing for a single shot. And that's noted just on the front here. So you can see single cup here and double cup on this side. I found it maybe like a little bit confusing at first, but once I kind of got used to it, it became very simple. Grinder adjustment is down here. So the coarser grinds will be towards the left-hand side and finer grinds towards the right. So if your espresso is brewing improperly, you may need to adjust the grind size there or possibly the dose as well. And then we come into the middle of the machine here too. So we've got a whole bunch of buttons here. The buttons up top here that has the little cup, it has a little puff of air and then it has a water droplet. That's going to be selecting what mode you're entering into in the machine. So the cup button will be for espresso brewing, the puff button will be for steam, and the water droplet is for the hot water spout that's located just on the right-hand side at the front of the machine. Here we have temperature settings, so low, medium, high for temperature that you can adjust, which is great. It's really handy that it's readily available right on the front of the machine, and you don't have to enter into any kind of programming mode to adjust that. I did really like that. I'm not somebody that plays around with temperature too much, but it is something that we commonly hear customers asking about, so having it on the front of the machine is very helpful and easy. Then we have single or double, so that's going to be deciding whether we're pouring for a single shot or a double shot. And then this is going to be for our rinsing. We obviously do also have a pressure gauge just on the right-hand side there to help us monitor the extraction of the espresso while it's brewing. We of course are going to be like watching the espresso as well, but using the pressure gauge is very helpful, and it'll give you a good gauge as to how the espresso will taste. Okay, so that's kind of the front of the machine. Oh, and then last button on the side, that's how you actually activate whatever mode you're in. So whether you're brewing espresso, steaming, or pouring some hot water, you'll be pressing the play/stop button to start or stop those processes, okay? Drip tray on the front here as well. So you can pull this out, fully removable. There we go. And there is like a little accessories tray underneath there too. Ours is just kind of pushed towards the back a little bit. I might need to get some tongs or something to pull that guy out, but that's back there to throw some accessories into if you need to. And this machine is extremely quiet. This is one of the quietest semi-automatic espresso machines. Actually, no, I'm gonna strike that. This is the quietest semi-automatic espresso machine I have ever used. It was very flabbergasting actually when I first used it. You know, there's been a lot of upgrades recently in the semi-automatic and home espresso machine world to dampen the sound, but this is really phenomenal. It seriously is the quietest semi-auto I have ever used. It's fantastic. I find this machine is very easy to dial in. It's all cased in stainless steel as well, so it's a very robust machine. It feels very finished, which I personally really like, and the aesthetics of it is definitely a little bit more reminiscent of something that's more traditional as opposed to something that's more modern. So just maybe looking at that when you are searching for the espresso machines, that might be right for you. Looking at the aesthetics of it as well plays a big part. So we are going to start brewing some coffee. So I've got my portafilter ready. We're going to use Colombian espresso today for a change. So let's get going. All right, so I'm gonna throw my portafilter up into the portafilter holder and start grinding for our espresso. And I'm going to come up real close to the machine as well, so you can hear, or not hear, I guess, how loud it is, because it's very quiet. So portafilter goes in, and then I'm just going to click this center button here. And there's also no static. So it's very quiet. There's no static either. Here we go. All right, so now we've got our coffee here. Like, there's a few grinds on the countertop, but the static is so minimal. This is just simply from the grinds falling. It's not from static, which is usually the cause of like the mess you have on the countertop. Like this, you know, you just take a little bit of a damp rag, wipe it off, and it's going to be totally fine. But where you run into the frustration is when there's so much static and it just sprays everywhere, all over the countertop, all over everywhere. So we're gonna just tamp this down. Portafilter lays flat, which is fantastic, and give it a good press. Yeah, the tamper is okay. I would upgrade it myself, but you can always do those things down the line. So we've got a nice bed of ground espresso here that's been tamped down. It was so quiet. It was so quiet. I'm gonna be thinking about this all day now. All right, I'm gonna take my portafilter and put it up into the group head, starting at the left, pulling it over to the right. Go. The portafilter also fits up really nicely into the group head. Like it's very smooth and you don't have to really force it. I appreciate that quite a bit because there are some machines that you really have to force it up into the group head there. All right, so we're on our coffee button. We are on 2, which is our double shot. So all I'm going to do now is click go or play. And now the espresso is going to pour. While the espresso is pouring, we're going to watch the pressure gauge as well as, of course, the espresso coming out. And it's just going to help us to see whether or not we've got a good shot. And so you can see the needles rising up all the way into the optimal range there, which means we do have a good pressure and extraction for our espresso there. The crema looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so we have our espresso. Okay, yeah, that smells really nice. All right, so we're going to use the steaming wand now. So you do get a little frothing pitcher with the machine. It's a decent size, actually. I quite like this size of pitcher. I know some people prefer a bigger one, but I like this small size. So I'm gonna hop around, steam my milk, and make a drink. So I have adjusted and selected to be on steaming mode. So the middle icon is lit up with the little puff of air there. And I'm going to click play. The steam wand is going to start to heat up. And then we'll get ourselves ready to heat. Always good to preheat the steam wand, do a little bit of a purge there as well, just to make sure that there's no clogs in any of the holes of the steam wand. So you can hear the pump starting to activate a bit. All right, now we'll get ourselves set up. So the steam wand seems very powerful, but the steam wand is quite far back on the machine. So you don't have a ton of room or space to stand and steam. Like the way that I'm situated right now works, but I don't think it would be ideal at home. But that is a small price to pay for a steam wand that is this nice. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a vortex going here. Smooth out some of these other bubbles that are on top. Oh, wow. Yeah, for a single hole tip steam wand, this is really nice. It's quite powerful. I'm very impressed. Okay, this is already done. I'm going to click stop and it shuts off. That was a really fast shut off as well. That's amazing. So have a look at our milk here. Very nice. All right, so we've got our frothed milk, we've got our wonderful espresso. We'll just add these two together. Wow, okay. This is one of the best steam wands I've used in a while on a semi-automatic espresso machine, if I'm being quite honest. That is in this caliber of machine, not one of the, the Lilith or Rocket. This is amazing. That steam wand is fantastic. The placement is a little odd. However, the pressure from it is outstanding. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Absolutely love that. Let me quickly show you guys, though, the hot water spout. It's just going to dispense hot water, but just so you know, I will show you. So I'm just going to select the water droplet here. This is now illuminated, and then I will press play. And you'll see the hot water come out of the spout on the front, on the right-hand side. There we go. And that's hot water for Americano or for whatever else you might need. But that steam wand, wow, okay. Wow, really like this machine for a number of reasons. I like the 58mm portafilter. I love how quiet the grinder is and how fluffy the grinds are and how it comes out so smoothly into the portafilter and there's no static. There's like virtually zero static at all. I would be really interested to know what the retention is of this grinder as well, because it's very good. Tamper is good, nothing to write home about though. Could upgrade it, could not. it's fine as is. Water tank is massive. Having a water tank that's over 2 liters on a semi-auto for home is not super common, so that is very nice. The bean hopper is big. You have enough grind sizes as well to make sure that you can dial in your shot. You have everything you need with the machine. 2 years of warranty as well, and the price point being around $1,000 is really great. Heat up is really fast as well. It is a thermoblock system, so it heats up in that 30-ish seconds mark, so quite quick. Yeah, wow. It does have this certification as well, which is Quiet Mark. So from my understanding, there is testing that machines can go through to get certifications like that. One of the things that people are constantly looking for is a quiet machine. Having a quiet grinder is hard because it obviously is grinding something up. It's going to create noise, but this is the quietest semi-automatic espresso machine I have ever used. It is absolutely amazing. I can't honestly stop talking about that. You're gonna get sick of that. Yeah, wow, fantastic. Really, really love it. Yes. I don't have anything else to say. This gets like 9.5 stars out of 10 for me, 2 thumbs up. Absolutely adore it. My only 2 quote unquote complaints about the machine would be the positioning of the milk wand. Oh, it's just a little far back on the machine. It can make it a little awkward. And then there's not even a complaint necessarily, but the portafilter having no spouts on the bottom but also not being bottomless is a little odd, but also not terrible. Like, it's just a very different design, one that's not common in other espresso machines. And but it's a 58 millimeter, which is awesome. And it has a good weight to it. So yeah, really, really liking this machine. Excited for you guys to try it too. So if you have any questions about this unit, just drop them on down below. If you liked our video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you like our content, make sure you subscribe. If you want to, at the time of filming, we don't actually currently stock this product, but by the time that this is being released, we will. So if you want to shop the products in this video, including this machine here, we'll put them just down below in the shop section underneath our video. So stay tuned, guys, because this one is fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.